Hello, welcome back to I Want a Lockpick. So, I'm not sure if I really want to continue with this puzzle. It is definitely taking a while. Yep. It's fine. Apparently we are, we have the means to solve the puzzle. But I'm obviously not seeing something. I went to ask a couple of questions on the Discord. There's a Discord for this game, by the way, fancily enough. And yeah, I asked some questions. Mainly it was about how correct my ideas of um red, blue, and green keys were. They were all correct, by the way. I need to collect this first. I need to then use that to collect this, and then use that to collect this. Let me just check the Discord message to see what exactly I typed in. Yes, okay, A, B, and C are all correct. My statement that I need to use 3 master keys to get to the -5 green key must also therefore be correct. Okay, other question I had was how to resolve brown. There is a way to resolve brown. And the answer is drum roll please. Blast doors, yeah, that's the answer. So there are blast doors around that whose colors can be changed. Obviously I can't do that for negatives because the negative number of keys will just be undone, but that means that I must brown some blast door somewhere that's positive. And I can see 3 right now. One here, one here, one here. That is allowed because there are only 2 positive exact orange keys. Actually, there are 3. Oh. There are 3? Wait, there's actually more than 3. There's like another one here. There's 4. Oh, hold on. Let's see. So yeah, the idea must be to use the positive blast doors, brown them, and then use them there. Which means that I can't collect the -99, because once I do that, I can't go back to a positive value anymore. So there you go, that's one thing I guess I can deduce. Yeah, the other thing is, I guess that might indicate how we're going to resolve all the orange keys. So there are 3 orange blast doors, I can only use 2. Because one of them will be used for brown. I see that this one has to be used to collect the pure key. So this one has to be regular orange. Because I need that pure key to even access the brown. So I have to open this first. That leaves this blast door and this blast door that could be browned. Honestly, both are fine. If I didn't use this, I have to take this very long route here. This kind of sucks. It kind of actually sucks. Which is very unfortunate. Yeah. Even though it's entirely possible. I will need a -12 first. -12 to open this first. Yeah, the other way is to do this. So what happens if this were brown and I never opened it? Well, there are lots of ways to do that. Okay, so then how are we going to clear out 4 exact keys then? Well, I can override this one pretty easily. This one I can use to open this, and I think I have to. Unless I... Unless I overrid it with another -1 to open a second blank door. It seems logical. Then the third one can be used to open this, and then the fourth one can be used to open the something. I don't know, there's no exact order which is forced, I think. If there's no exact order that's forced, I feel like that means that I can do it any order I want. Especially something that makes it a lot easier for me to work around. Not entirely sure about that though. Oh yeah, by the way, the statements that I made about the pink doors are also correct. I can't collect this the pink 17. Okay. So now we see another very limiting factor, I guess, which are the orange keys. I need to not use both orange blast doors. I can't use both this and this, I guess. Okay. Then the next advice that I received is to look at... Well, it wasn't advice, but purple has logic that is feasible to find. Unfortunately, feasible here isn't a very good statement in my mind, because what in the world does feasible even mean? Feasible means humanly findable, but probably after a lot of searching. I see 8 purple keys. I don't know what the logic is, but I feel like there's some reason to state that both this door and this door must be golden keyed. Just because like collecting them uses so many purple keys. If I master key through here and through here, how many purples are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I counted 10, yeah. So even then I will still need to master key through one more to get to every single purple key. Which I think is interesting. I think the idea could be that I need to open this with a master key. The reason for that is if I don't, I have to sign flip. And once I sign flip, I need to spend even more master keys to open this section down here. The big problem is that there's no guarantee that I open the bottom section down here. Because I always open the top section. Of course, that uses the orange blast door, which is not great, but there's always another option of browning this one instead. Which is entirely possible, right? I don't know. I feel like it will make more sense to master key through here, and through here, and through here. Then I could open every single other door at some point with my regular keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Or yeah, I mean it's a lot less limiting on purple if I master key both this and this. Not forced, obviously. But if I open any of these with a regular key count, I feel like that's just really stupid if I can use a master key on it. I feel like a lot of my previous attempts on this puzzle so far have used master keys on purple doors inefficiently anyway. So if I did everything in the correct order, I should be using the master keys on the higher cost doors. There's a blank here, I can leave that alone. So yeah. I forgot what we did before, but to make sure this all works, I'm pretty sure we have to start with this. I overwrite like this. Okay, so now at this point, it is entirely feasible to collect the -1 without overriding it. So collect the first one, and then open one of these blast doors. The second one I can use to override another positive key, which I think is a good thing. This negative... Okay, there are only 2 negative orange blast doors. Why would I... Okay, if I overrode another... that doesn't quite make sense, does it? I don't think so. I think it's best to overwrite here. If I didn't, there'll be another -1 in the way. Like, if I collected this only, I can go back to 0 down here. This -1, I guess this -1 can be collected along with this -1. And then there would essentially be a second overriding. But either way, yeah, that kind of implies that I can't quite override a positive key with a negative key. Because in that case, I'll have to open a negative blast door 3 times, which isn't possible. I have to overwrite a negative with another negative at some point. Or I can overwrite a negative with a positive, which I'll then need to overwrite again. So I might as well just overwrite a negative twice. I'm not sure if the order really matters here. Let's assume that the order doesn't matter and just overwrite right now. Okay. So here I discover that it makes sense to master key through the white blank door here. And the reason why is because to actually get to enough white doors to go down to 0, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of keys. And like in particular, I don't really want to use cyans where I don't have to. Cyans feel a little bit restrained. There doesn't seem to be a lot of cyans. In particular, if I browned this guy, I would have to go through here with -12. Again, I could master through that, which I think I should. Actually, yeah, that seems like a great idea. Master key through the -12. Did I already say this here? Yeah, I said sign flip to -12, which is the best shot to getting enough keys. Okay. Here I noticed that I need to use up. A lot of cyan actually. I use all 4 cyan here. I wonder how to reason about this one. Like, what makes sense is the most optimal move. Right, another piece of advice that I got is that for cyan, I don't know, playing the level and optimizing it. Which is, doesn't give me a lot of answers, but that's okay. So, how do I optimally play with cyan here? I don't know. I have to get rid of 2 sets of doors here, right? I have to get rid of 2 out of these 3 doors, I think, to get rid of cyan. I think it's logical to get rid of cyan completely at this point. If I tried to master key through it, I don't know what's gonna happen. I guess the logic is that I'm going to need to get rid of my 1 orange key. So I will need to access this blast door and therefore this cyan door. And I don't have pink keys yet. And we know we don't collect the 17 here. So I have to master key through this. That's forced. Aha, okay, now to get to 2 white keys. Sorry. What am I? To get to 2 white keys, like let's suppose I didn't open this with the master key. I would very likely need to open this one and this one, right? Yeah, I think that's the case. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. Since we don't have a lot of cyan keys, we might as well open more cyan doors. So like here what I would do, I don't know why I turned off auto run, is actually get rid of all my cyans here and use a master key on the cyan as well. Just because that uses up more, that opens up more cyan doors over time. Which I think is good. I also need to get rid of my white. I think another problem with white is that maybe I've already used all the white doors I have. I can't really get down to 0 whites. But if we looked at white, there aren't a lot of white keys either. And actually there are, I think, quite a lot more white locks than there are white keys. In any case, I think there are like only 6 more white doors and more than 6 white locks anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, lots of white doors, so I don't need to worry about that. I think that's a good way to do things. That brings me closer. Okay, well now I have to collect this. I should collect the master keys as well. And we already know what we're master keying at this point. I believe we master key this as well, and this is the only time we can get more master keys, so I have to do this anyway. So yeah, from what I said about purple, since we're planning to master key this guy, oops, and the other one, I can't sign flip right now. If I did, that leaves a very large mess down at the bottom right. So it would make sense to master key through this, even though this seems quite restricting. I don't think there's anything else I could justify being something I master key right now. Like there's nothing else I see that I would say I need to master key immediately. So let's try doing this. Okay. So with all the pink keys, there are a bunch of doors that we need to open. Do I have white? I have 2 white. Okay. I need to get rid of this -1. There's only one more one more negative blast door. Which has to be the one in front of me right now. Well, behind me in my perspective. So yeah, without master keys, it's all forced. I have to walk through this and then open that. And by doing that, I can now access the next area. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this because I've reasoned about purple. And I also understand how brown is going to work out. Why didn't I think of blast doors being... I don't know. So let's see, how many... I have one master key. Okay, that implies that I clearly do not do this first, I think. How many science do I have? 6. Okay, 6 science. On top of that, I'll have another 12 here. I feel like it makes sense to master key through this. I should open this. If I master key through that, then the whites have to be walked through with regular white keys. Which I can do by collecting these 2 white keys here. Now, can I argue why it would be bad to open that 4 cyan door naturally? I mean, it's always bad to do that when I can use 1 key in exchange. Not quite sure though. There's just so many keys I need to open with master keys. I'm kinda not very happy about that. There are currently 8 master keys that exist in the level for now. We know 3 are here. We reason that we probably open both of these doors with master keys. That's already 5. Which leaves us 3 master keys to play around with. And I'm not quite happy about that. Okay, at least I see a good thing being that a lot of the purple is already open. A lot of the positive purples are accessible. This is the only one that isn't. After that, I can sign flip and open the negatives on the other sides. So, 1, 2. There are currently, I think, 4 accessible positive purples. And for the negatives, there are 1, 2. There's exactly 4 as well. So that leaves this purple door that doesn't have anything to do. And I feel like it makes a lot of sense to just open those. Or open all of them except for this one. The idea is that we're never actually going to get to the -99, right? The 12 green door, I'm really suspicious about opening as well. I could with a master key, but it doesn't lead me anywhere since we're planning to go to the top path anyway. And then the cyan can just be some weird way to get us back down to 0. But yeah, since we don't go -99, and I don't see the need to open this door, then there's also no need to touch this door. So yeah, I think that's all reasonable. I think therefore I can proceed, please. So open, master key, go through here. So to actually get to 0, I'm gonna have to spend 2 master keys here. I can. Actually, we should just go ahead and try and spend all the purples where we can. Since I want to do the sign flipping as soon as possible, so I don't forget. So I can open a bunch of stuff. Did I miss a purple somewhere? I missed a purple somewhere. There you are. Actually, I don't need to open this really, because the 17 I don't actually need either. I think it's better to open it though. Sorry, the idea is that if I don't, there's only 4 negatives. If I flip right now, I have -5, and there's no way to get to 0 in that case. So on the grounds that I need to get to 0, I think it may be a good idea to actually open this before sign flipping. Sign flip. Okay. Great. Okay. So there are a bunch of negatives I can choose to open now. For example, this one I can open. The others are all hidden hand stuff, but we'll open them in due time. Okay. So the next question is, what in the world I'm going to do here? I still have 6 scions, I believe. So, well, I can't quite use them all right now, can I? I don't think so. Might be good to master key through that. I can get rid of my 1 white and 1 orange, as well as my 1 pink, and actually that's all walkable immediately once I open this door. So I feel like it would be a great idea if I master key through this blank cyan door. It seems like a loss, but I think that's the only way forward. Otherwise I have to lose like one white and one orange, which I can, but yeah, if I did the same thing down here, that doesn't seem like a good idea. So yeah, I'm gonna proceed with master keying through this. I'm walking through all of this. We can open that, we can sign flip at 0, which we plan to do. We have one more master key which we can use. I'm not sure where. I think it might be fine to open the to unlock those, because after that I can open the golden key and then sorry, this golden door and get more golden keys. So in this case, I don't believe that the order of golden keys really matter. Let me just quickly check what we're at right now in terms of color. Okay, pink. Pink is interesting. There are some pink doors I can already open. Some pink doors I can already open. In fact, this is a very large pink door I can open, which brings me the -12, which I think is great. -12 is great because I plan to sign flip that eventually. And actually, because the... I see that the -12 cyan door is completely not going to block us in any way. Right? Yeah, I can open this blank door. And that blank door. Yeah, this cyan door doesn't do anything anymore. It is completely useless. If it helps me get to 0, there's gonna be a bunch of cyan doors that don't get collected anyway. So yeah. Okay, with that, I believe it might be finally time to do all the red, blue, green shenanigans that I was thinking about. Here's a cyan. Do I still have... Oh, problem. Okay, problem. I don't have a way to get rid of my orange. And I do need to do that. Indeed, I do need to do that. Okay, that is a problem. Right? Yeah, because I need to get the orange key to get this pure key. I need to get rid of my orange key to get the brown, at which point there are no more. Okay. So we've already made a mistake. That's fine. So at what point was this still savable? It was all the way before this point. Okay. We might need a better plan here. I need to somehow override you. Implying perhaps I master key through the blast door as well? Well, no, because I have to keep both of these. One for orange and one for... Bro, that means I go to the bottom? No, that's not right either, is it? There's no way that's right either. That's horrible. If forced, that's horrible. I can see potential ways to do things though, which might not lead to death. Maybe it's very, very forcing, but not exactly death. So if at this point we force ourselves not to go through the top path, then we have to go through the bottom path. I have to do this. I can't go down to 0 orange, so I have to do this. I can go down to 0 white, because there's a white door all the way on the other side. And I think there are actually options there. Actually no, there isn't. This white at the bottom is not openable because we can't sign flip on green yet. Actually, just in case, let's do this. Yeah, this is very wasteful, but it might be forced because of how orange and brown work. Okay, I'm not too concerned with that. We still have 5 doors we plan to open with master keys, but we do have exactly 5 master keys here, so let's overwrite orange. We can now open this, I guess. Actually, let's do that from the other side here. So do this. So now orange is completely at 0. There's nothing in orange left, and we can brown the... We can brown that, right? We don't have to walk through that right now. We might have to walk through that right now. Okay, so there might be reasons for us to not go through this orange here, in case this orange happens to be something we brown instead. I'll leave it alone. Okay. So we know that we have to master key through this, this, and this. The -5 we do collect. We know what else we master key through based on our reasoning. I'm not sure if this is forced, but we can't open those otherwise. So we might as well. Right, we sign flip, which allows us to uneroad. We have a bunch of cyan keys at this point, so I am not too scared of that at all. Cyan, in fact, seems to be quite abundant. Okay. I do realize we kind of need to access Orange Blast pretty soon. Oh. Actually, I can access this Orange Blast door right now. Do I have... I don't have white. Oh, I do have white. Look at that. I do have white here. And I think I opened a bunch of blank white doors before, so that isn't a problem for us anymore. Okay, very good. This is always a better thing to open because it actually unlocks stuff. The orange blast door down there didn't unlock anything. It just opened a second path through a tunnel. Okay, now I have the blue aura. I can unlock a bunch of stuff. Like this, for example. And up there as well. In fact, I know that I can't actually use golden keys anymore since our last golden key has to be used on this one over here. We can't master, we can't... Yeah, we can't. We just cannot. Okay, is that all the graffiti? Yes, it is. If that is the case, we can get rid of our blues and actually get rid of our master keys. That is no longer an issue for us. Oh, I still have white. I guess I should open that. Should I? Am I missing a white key somewhere? How do I go through here? Ooh. Am I missing a white key somewhere? Oh, I might be. I don't see any white keys. I don't see any master keys with which to open that. Uh-oh. We're missing a white key, aren't we? Oh, I don't want to go back and figure out where I'm missing a white key, though. Okay, fine. C to exit. Undo, 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 undo. So here's a white that I have. So here, I need to open... Well, yeah, there's only 3 white keys, and there are 3 white locks we need to open that are not master keyed. Does that imply that we can't open this white door? If that's the case, then there's reason to say that we do this instead. Okay, fine. If I use that argument, let's change our route a bit and tweak things. The 2 white will now be used elsewhere. Right, we need to get to 0 orange. And to do that, I definitely need to do this. No more white blank doors, I believe, from what I remember. And yeah, therefore we are good. There's still blank cyan, so I do need to make sure I don't try and optimize too much on cyan. I'm pretty sure there are definitely enough ways to use 12 cyan though. Where am I going? Right, to get the blue aura. As long as I can find a way to use 12 cyans, I'm good. I can see potentially I'll need to use cyan here and up there. How many cyans do I have? 4 plus 12 is 16. I have enough. Okay. I was scared. I almost thought I didn't have enough because I thought I had 12 left. No, I have 16 left. That is enough. So 3 here, 2 down there, then another 8 is 15. And I believe there's 1 here for 16. Alright, perfect. That actually works out super well. Okay. All the graffiti is gone. I can use my blue key now. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go through that. We'll have to at some point... Am I done using my purples? I am. Okay. Let's do this. Good. Let's get rid of our blue like that. Right now, I did say I was going to get rid of those 4 green locks up there. And actually this will give me access to red, which is great. Okay. Cyan will reason with at the very end. We are fine doing that. In fact, right now... Actually, I need to get to... I need to get to 0... I need to get to 0 cyan so I can sign flip. I believe doing this might be a good idea. But before that, I will need to... Hold on. I will need to unfreeze all of this first, of course. Unfreeze, unfreeze. I can spend the cyans there. No problem. I will need to get rid of my green keys before getting the -5. So that I can both unlock the 2 green blast doors down there. One positive, one negative. There are more things to unfreeze, such as this one right here. But that means I can now open you, and I think the last white key I have will be for this. Which allows me to unlock this over here. Okay, things are looking quite up right now. I like this a lot. So with the -12 cyan, I will sign flip that, which will allow us to access the blue sign flip, which is completely useless. Actually, yeah, why does a blue sign flip exist? I mean, I guess it's to state that you can't collect that pure key until after you've used up all 3 blue keys. But that's kind of a useless statement since you can collect pure keys at any time before the end. Anyway, okay, we sign flip on the negatives right now. Did I? I should have collected the -5 so I can use it here, but it's whatever. I'll collect it on the way back. Okay. Now we have to use all 12 cyan keys. I see why this process is required. Because we actually have to walk through the -12 cyan. If we didn't have to, we could have just ignored all of that. But that's okay. I also have to actually walk through this here, so... Yeah, okay. This looks great. This all works out. -5. 8 here. And there are very few doors and keys remaining. Okay. Not sure what we have right now, but I hope it all works out. The -5 green goes in there. I should have 0 cyans left. I do. There you go. That's 10 pures and 0 of everything else. And finally, to finish things off, we go all the way back and get rid of my brown using that final blast door. I wonder if I known about using the blast door, would my actions have changed drastically? Not sure. There you go. And alright, we are now done. Just a very long walk back. I wish this game had like a fast checkpoint area. But there isn't. It's okay. There you go. Win! Having demonstrated her logical prowess by solving the labyrinth, Lily had officially completed Kina's enrichment program. Of course, that didn't mean she had to leave for good. Should she want to continue exploring further, all she had to do was ask. For now though, she rested on the grass outside, basked in the sun, and enjoyed a fresh summer breeze. Lily felt the satisfaction of a difficult achievement, and hopefully you did too. Until next time, thanks for playing on a Lockpick. And there you go, we have beaten the game in 10 hours and 41 minutes. Or beaten in the sense of any percent, of course. There's still a lot this game has to offer. So many things. Okay. So, having solved that, does Kina have anything to say to us? Yeah, you do. Hello again. Welcome back. It was nice to get some fresh air for a bit. Feels good to have solved that puzzle too. I'm glad. So I guess I'll just get back to it. It's your choice. Cool. Caught up with Marilyn. I should be good to stay here for quite a while. Which might be needed since this place is really large. Feel free to take in the scenery. Yep, there's more to do. As you can see, there's a passage here that also requires 6 keys. The backside. Do I have time? I don't. I mean, I don't really. I can go in and sneak a peek, but I think it's better if we experience that for the first time together. I mean, I've already experienced it, but maybe you haven't. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll stay here. Maybe I'll stay in the guest room actually. I'll rest here for a bit, and the next episode we'll continue on to the backside. Until next time though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye!